Eli5 How can someone die from drinking too much water? Too much water, called hyponatremia, causes cerebral edema. If the brain swells only a little, it causes seizures. If it swells too much, it can herniate, resulting your brain squeezing out of your skull at the base. If you correct hyponatremia too fast, it can cause central pontine myelinosis, which causes nerve damage and can lead to paralysis. Normal sodium level is about 140. Brain edema doesn't usually happen until close to 110 due to the excess water. Dilute your blood, can't carry oxygen and nutrients effectively. Dilutes other salty body fluids that help conduct electricity for muscles contractions, including your heart. Cells become bloated and die, organs fail. The symptoms of hyponatremia often look like symptoms of heat exhaustion. Drinking water is not always the cure. Monitor your fluid intake and protect yourself from the heat as best as you can. One complicating factor here is that hyperhydration and dehydration look almost identical symptomatically. A friend of mine served in Afghanistan back in the early 2000s and got hospitalized for dehydration. A few weeks later he showed up again with the same complaints, so they looked at his history, saw that he'd been in for dehydration before, and hooked him up to a saline drip that nearly killed him. Your brain needs salts to function, and gets them from the blood. Your blood is salty like how the ocean is, but to a lesser extent. If the blood takes up too much water, your brain can't replenish the salts it needs fast enough, thanks to the blood not having enough pass through quickly enough, and you run the risk of death as a result. Drinking too much water can lead to water intoxication or hyponatremia. Where someone drinks an excessive amount of water, it can dilute the electrolytes in their body, especially sodium. This imbalance can cause the cells to swell, including brain cells, leading to serious health issues and, in severe cases, death. Drinking too much water can lead to water intoxication or hyponatremia. Where someone drinks an excessive amount of water, it can dilute the electrolytes in their body, especially sodium. This imbalance can cause the cells to swell, including brain cells, leading to serious health issues and, in severe cases, death. Every substance on Earth has LD50, the dose of a test substance that is lethal for 50 of the animals in a dose group. So theoretically anything can kill anyone in the chemical wise. But you need to drink over than 6 liters of water to be killed by water. It is hard to accomplish. In university I once bet my roommates that I can gain 10 pounds in an hour. I chugged a gallon of water, weighed myself, collected on the bet, got the worst headache in my life and spent the next 6 hours peeing every 10 minutes. Not worth it for $10. Your blood is salty like the ocean. If you drink a lot of water, the salt mixes with the water and you pee it all away. If you don't have enough salt, your brain can't tell your heart to pump and you die. Water poisoning occurs when so much water is ingested that sodium levels in the blood become very low. Low sodium is the primary killer, causing demyelination within the brain, leading to death. Eli5 answer is that if your cells absorb too much water, they explode. If that happens too much, you die. As for deeds, don't ask me. My mom taught nursing and I learned weird stuff. After a certain point you screw up the salinity of your blood by losing too much sodium, which causes the brain to swell and you die. It's called hyponatremia. You can Google it. Others have explained the exact mechanism, but for these types of questions I always like to point out that too much of anything, by definition, is bad for you. Right now on our Hydro Homies, that is the topic. Lots of people die from drinking too much water too fast. Look up Hold Your Wee for a Wee contest. Everything you see exists together in a delicate balance. As king you need to understand that balance. And otherwise Mufasa sayings. You drown your organs in water. Oil is good for an engine, put too much in and it drowns in it to the point where nothing works. I believe the term for that is drowning into someone who's been there. It can be pretty deadly. Basically you don't get enough nutrients.